It started with Samuel. So the moment you leave Samuel, God begins. That's why I'm saying you should be very careful how you carry on in your life. Amen. Today I'm teaching us the strategy that the enemy uses to destroy you in the church is to separate you from the authority. Amen. And he uses many devices. He uses so many strategies. Amen. I've shared with you this testimony. I have a daughter of mine, a spiritual daughter. She was sacked from the bank. And once the bank terminates, that is fine. She came crying. And I say to her, I am now going to restore you to your position through Jesus. She stood in. I asked her, do you remember where I prayed for you in the first praise? She said, it was somewhere here. And I told her, go back there. And I will speak restoration. After a week, she was restored. Once restored, I've never asked. She disappears again. So I'm waiting for another disaster. So when she finds me this time now, I'll tell her, do it yourself. And she has never given a tithe. Never taken advantage. I like the wisdom that some of you carry. You know, the way you treat your father and mother talks volume about your future. Is that true? Now, the same way, learn to treat your spiritual authorities. And it will be well, not only in your spiritual life, but also in your physical life. Amen. Am I communicating? Yes. Even if I rebuke you, you still need me very fast. Because I will never rebuke you when you're on the right. I only rebuke you when you're on the wrong. So, I wish, my brethren, you can understand how to tap the blessings. Amen. Make use of this before time expires. That is what the enemy will never ever allow you to know. Are you here to see the man of God or to hear? John 10:10, Satan still wants to be the supreme ruler. He is waging an intense battle for the heart, mind, soul, and spirit of man. So if he does not get your heart, he'll get your mind. If he does not get your soul, he'll get your spirit. His strategies are directed at God. You know, the devil is so cunning. Even when he knows that he cannot win the battle between him and God, he still directs his strategies against God, his plans, and his people. So, if he's not even scared of the Creator, you want to tell me you get scared of him? No, I don't. That is how serious the battle is. The battle will continue until the great final conflict. Let's see the meaning of spiritual warfare. Spiritual warfare is the analysis of an active participation in the invisible spiritual war. It includes study of the opposing forces of good and evil, the strategies of Satan, and spiritual strategies for overcoming the enemy. We are going to take ample time to study the strategies of the enemy, and we're also going to take ample time to study the strategies of spiritual warfare. Because if you don't understand the two, you cannot go at war. You need to understand the strategies of the enemy and also spiritual strategies that will help you counterattack these attacks of the enemy. Let me just read a portion here for you to understand how this animal called the devil works. I want us to have a case study of how the enemy can drive somebody deaf even when you are not supposed to be deaf. Once you believe in a lie, you are trapped. There are many ways to introduce lies into your mind. Most of them so cleverly and insidious that you are never cautious of them. Do not be fooled. They lie your life. Once you believe a lie, that lie lands your life or leads your life. Satan does not need to put everybody into a trance before he can create suggestions in the mind. All he needs is an opportunity. And just about all of us are susceptible. The opportunity usually comes when a traumatic incident takes place, such as physical accidents, personal losses, and times of extreme embarrassment, fear, stress, or rejection. It can happen when simple suggestion or lie is accepted at that time. Let's look at three examples for real life experiences. Now, here comes the first case. Bella. Bella just broke up with her boyfriend. The week before, her boyfriend informed Bella that he was falling in love with her. Celebrate. Bella could not stand him. She told him that she hated him and did not want to see him ever again. The boyfriend is totally perplexed. Bella is unhappy. Upon my persistent question, Bella recalls that at age 10, she was sitting in her bedroom with her 9-year-old sister. Unknown to Bella, her sister had leukemia and therefore only a few months to live. Her parents had not told Bella because they felt that she was too young. The parents naturally spoiled Bella's sister. In the bedroom, Bella told her sister that she hated her and wished she were dead. 2 months later, the sister died, and the parent had not informed Bella of the sickness. What will happen to Bella? Bella had made a decision never to let anyone get close to her because he would learn the awful secret that she was a mother. She has nothing to do with the death of her sister, but the lie is already planted in her mind. Now, what happens? She believed she did not deserve happiness, and she feared that anyone who got close to her would die. Satan had come in with a lie, and Bella had agreed with it and accepted it as truth. Bella later learned of the leukemia, but it was too late. Listen to this because I'm talking to people who've been lied on the enemy, and you are suffering. She had already agreed with Satan's cruel lie. Bella unconsciously lived her life in agreement with it. Within a few years, she had broken up with 7 different boyfriends. The root cause is the lie. Bella was a stunning redhead with green eyes that men found very attractive, but she had a phobia. We renounced the lie and asked Jesus to heal our memories. Bella's life changed. Amen. It did not take even a week or a month. It took already a change of understanding. Are you there with me? She started understanding life in a better way. And she renounced the lie. The second case, Dan. Dan was almost stone deaf. He had worn a hearing aid since the age of 15. Deafness had set in around age 12. During a deep discussion about his problem, he suddenly recalled an incident when his parents were yelling at each other. He distinctly remembered his father screaming at Dan's mother. You are a whore. You are a whore. Dan covered his ears and said to himself, I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear that. Soon thereafter, Dan started getting deaf. I don't know how many are deaf today because of the lie they believe. He never related the deafness to the incident and forgot about it until he was 25 years old. Dan then renounced the suggestion. Exactly 1 week later, Dan returned. He now has no hearing aid and can hear perfectly. That is how quick you can change your life. Amen. The third study case here. Janice has already completed the proceedings of a bad divorce. She hated her husband with her land of with a woman he met on his abroad trip. Janice denies any responsibility for it. During a discussion on the matter, however, Janice remembered something about fourth grade. She did all of her homework at school, and at home, her neighbor and best friend copied it. At the end of the school year, the best friend won the prize for having the neatest work. In high school, another best friend stole Janice's boyfriend. I asked Janice what she got out of it. Janice replied, nothing. All I know is you can't trust anybody. Listen, I'd write that. You can't. And it happened because a friend stole boyfriend and some homework, a close friend of ours. Anybody who tries to get close to you. Janice suddenly broke down in rowdy crying. Janice remembered that her husband was always nice when they first got married, but he would stick around her too much, which she did not like. Connect now. She lose the husband because of the lie. She never wanted anybody to come closer to her. So when the husband tried to connect with her and to lean on her and to be closer to her, that is where the problem started. Whenever he tried to get close to her, she grew cold. One day, Janice got tired of her husband hanging around. He loved to stay around the house fixing things and watching TV. So she told him to go join something like a pouring team. Her husband met his girlfriend on the pouring team. Of course, the girlfriend could not imagine why Janice blew such a sweet man away. Negative and false decisions brought by people can prevent them from receiving salvation, growing in the Lord, or from receiving many things that God has set before them. Many Christians want deliverance or healing and cannot attain it because subconsciously they have agreed with one of Satan's lies. Demons will not leave if you want them to stay. If you have agreed that it is good to have anger, or so people will not push you around, the anger demons will not leave. So inner healing and healing of memories include exposing lies and breaking agreements with lies. Most counselors, however, fail to recognize the enemy's lies and concentrate more on the effects of the lie. Failure to wipe out the lie, however, keeps the door open for future mind control. If you only cut off the leaf and branches with the roots still intact, the tree will still grow. So what I'm saying is, a majority of us are in suffering not because God will not love them or God is not for them, but because they have a lie they believed. Maybe you were brought up in a very cruel family where love was not expressed. And anytime your husband tries to love you, you see maybe he is out to take advantage, or maybe he's out to ruin your life, whatever suggestion that the enemy will bring about. You need to go back and understand where you're coming from. isn't carefree. It is time that we analyze our lives and see where we believe the lie. And from today, you renounce that lie. If nobody loved you, hello, and showed love, know for sure, maybe you might have grown into believing that nobody ever loves you and nobody can love you. Are you there with me? Now, it is time that we renounce that lie. It is time that we clean the inner person, yeah? Such that we may start afresh. God bless.